The following program is a presentation of the Ohio School Boards Association.
Welcome to the Leading the Way podcast, where we bring you the voices shaping public education across Ohio. A big shout out to our sponsor, Lincoln Learning Solutions. They offer accredited K-12 digital curriculum and support schools with flexible content and expert training for educators in all learning environments. Hey everyone, November is Military Family Appreciation Month, a time to recognize families who serve alongside our nation's military. In Ohio, our public schools step up to support these families in meaningful ways. One major example is Ohio's Purple Star Schools program. It's a first-of-its-kind initiative that's become a national model for recognizing and supporting military-connected students. And when we talk Purple Star, one name always comes to mind. It's Pete LuPiba. He's the state's Purple Star School liaison, a passionate advocate for military families, and a returning guest on this show. Pete, always great to see you.
Great to be here, Scott. Thank you so much, and thank you, Team OSBA.
Yeah, you've joined us before to talk about Purple Star. For our newer listeners, can you kind of give us a refresher about this program?
Sure. Basically, here in Ohio in 2009, the Military Interstate Children's Compact Commission came together and they said, okay, our active duty connected military youth will move on average 6 to 9 times across K-12. So that's paperwork, right? Records, tests, on down the list. And so we don't want them to be set back in any way. So therefore, we came together as all 50 plus 1 states between 08 and 14 to say we have our state laws when it comes to pre-K-12, but at the end of the day, when those are military-connected youth with active duty, we're going to, if they're coming to Ohio, we're going to Ohioize what comes from the West Coast or what have you, and we're going to make sure they don't fall behind. We're going to place them correctly and graduate on time. And so through that, great Ohio leaders, including Team OSBA in 09 all the way into 015, said, well, what about the social emotional component of being a military-connected student? So therefore, different hallway from the school year you started because you're in a new school, new state, because mom or dad are attached to a new base, new command. Where am I going to sit at lunch? On down the list. So it was Team Ohio said, well, okay, we're going to come up with something that's going to be Lake Erie to the Ohio River. But first, in 2015, 10 years ago, can't believe that, and OSBA was at the table when we did this. We said, well, surely the bigger military states have something that we could just cut and paste. But they did not. It was us in 2015, 16, 17 that rolled out the Purple Star School Award supporting military-connected families, including reserve duty, National Guard, as well as veteran-connected and sibling-connected. And now we are 46 Purple Star states, nearly a Purple Star nation because Ohio and OSBA led first. Scott.
You visited dozens of these Purple Star schools. What are some real-world examples of how these schools are showing up for our military families? I think you touched on it a little bit there, but can you talk about maybe some real-world examples that you've seen?
Absolutely. So a welcome packet of sorts can be just paperwork, but on the website of that Purple Star School, and there are some 700 here in the Buckeye State, there is a point of contact, an email, a name of a full-time educator, coach, administrator, staffer at that Purple Star School. And you can connect with her or him. And then, of course, there's lunch bunch groups so that they can meet every month. They connect with fellow Purple Star kids and students that are in the same boat, if you will. So you have the professional educator at the table, you have classmates at the table, and right away, if you will, boots on the ground and hit the ground running, if you will, and being a Purple Star kid instead of worrying about, okay, I'm in a brand new community, brand new school, where do I go?
So as you mentioned, this program's been around, it's grown. What kind of changes have you seen in how schools understand and respond to the needs of military families?
Well, right off the bat, I think we had educators, stakeholders going, well, I don't think we have any military-connected youth in our school because they don't see these big, beautiful gates at Wright-Patterson or know about a National Guard command, an armory, a fighter wing like the 180th out of Greater Toledo. So they're there. The military-connected youth are in each of Ohio's schools, right? Because we need to honor the sibling-connected, because if you got a big brother, big sister overseas or on duty, at base, down the wire, on down the list, you're thinking about them. Veteran-connected. When I got out of the active duty uniform on the West Coast in Washington State, did I feel like an old guy with the title of veteran? Of course I didn't. So the veteran-connected youth, let alone the National Guard, reserve duty, and active duty youth. And so therefore, we know you have military-connected students in each of Ohio's schools. So we need more schools to become Purple Star, but those examples of educators and administrators and community stakeholders knowing that they have youth in their school just because they don't see a mom or dad in uniform, they're there, and we need to identify them and support them through this great initiative.
Obviously, November being Military Family Appreciation Month. Pete, what does this month mean to you personally?
Personally, from being in uniform, from being an Ohioan and seeing 700 schools adopted and seeing Team OSBA and state agencies and professional educator associations and nonprofits take this on and make it their own, veteran-owned businesses saying, hey, we'll provide a pizza for your lunch bunch group, or hey, I'm a t-shirt owned company that happens to also be a veteran, and I'll provide the Purple Star shirts for April or November or September. So all school year long, all Purple Star school year long, you can do something. 9/11, Patriot Day, March is Vietnam Veterans Appreciation Month. You can have Vietnam veterans coming into your school, reading and sharing all throughout the month of March. And of course, you mentioned November. So obviously all of America knows Veterans Day in the month of November, but often they don't know that the whole month of November is Military Family Appreciation. So we can appreciate the service member, the veteran, the spouse, and of course the military-connected family and youth at large. So to me, it's very personal. I know Governor Mike DeWine proclaims throughout November and throughout Ohio every year to be Military Family Appreciation Month, so we can honor it, even if we're not a Purple Star school, in our communities and across our regions here in the Buckeye State.
Yeah, and I think this is the second year OSBA and the Military Interstate Children's Compact State Council of Ohio, they've got resources to help schools recognize the educators, the coaches, the staff, the volunteers who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. Talk about this partnership.
Absolutely, and completely innovative, and again, Ohio first led, pioneering OSBA, MIC3, MIC3 in this space, where other states are now replicating it from just a few years ago. So obviously, someone who hangs up the uniform after a few years or retired, completed contract, they go on to do something else. Often, it could be in the education sphere. It could be bus driver and crosswalking guard, et cetera, let alone a science teacher, world language teacher, an assistant principal, a coach at wrestling, or as I know in Liberty Benton, a West Point alum from '06 who's the wrestling head coach up there at that Purple Star school, home of the Eagles. So all of those folks should be honored because they're in the classroom, they're on the field, they're in the hallways, and they're continuing their service in some way by being in the classroom. And so some are National Guard reserve duty, meaning they still have contracts and commitment to serving in uniform, natural disasters, et cetera. But some have hung up the uniform from being active duty, from being full-time. And so we have all of these folks in our schools and our districts. And I'm so appreciative of Team OSBA leading this, because from, again, the counselor to the custodian to the superintendent, everyone has served or are in a family serving. And so literally so many of the school districts through OSBA's leadership have led in this and honoring their staff, full-time, part-time, volunteers, boosters that, again, are attached to the United States Armed Forces.
For the school board members and superintendents who are listening right now, what's one practical thing they can do right now to better support military families in their district?
They can touch base with one another and say, it sounds like we should be a Purple Star school because we got military-connected youth in our state. Because again, if you don't have a massive installation right there staring you in the face, you don't think you have kids. So become a Purple Star school, and hey, November 1 to December 15th is the application period right here, right now, to become a Purple Star school. And so through that community, because you're engaging the community, nonprofits, your county Veteran Service Commission. So when that grand coalition comes together, you see the spokes in the larger wheel that can make it and support those military-connected youth. And it really becomes not just culture and climate, Scott, it becomes civics, right? I remember a young man coming up to me, I did not have an uncle or a grandma or a sibling or a parent in the military, but I'm here at this Purple Star High School, and I want you to know I'm joining the military. That was something we didn't see 10 years ago, Scott, that it becomes, again, civics, culture, climate, and it becomes supportive of all students across the sphere.
Take us through the Purple Star application process, and what does it all involve?
Absolutely. So Ohio Department of Education Workforce, that is where the application sits. That's where you must submit as a Purple Star school. And again, it is Career Tech Center, it is preschool, it is public schools, elementary, middle, high, private schools, parochial, online, charter schools. Everyone is eligible. Why? Because we know military-connected youth are there, families are there. So it starts with a volunteer, someone on staff at that school, to become the Purple Star liaison, the Purple Star educator. She or he has to complete a nominal few hours of professional development, continuous improvement. The designation of Purple Star School is over a 3-year period, so the application will look different for renewal 3 years from now. On the website, as I mentioned previously, you have to have the name, the number, the email address of that Purple Star School liaison. You have to have that engagement factor with the students, student ambassador program, if you will. And then again, that culture and climate is going to come with folks around your community. So it's not just on the school. It's going to be a Purple Star School and Community Award and designation. So you're bringing people together, as in every school, no matter what the program. And that's pretty much the heart of the Purple Star School Award.
Before we wrap up, any new goals or initiatives on the horizon for this program?
Absolutely. So Ohio Cares is behavioral health, mental health, health and wellness, and that is, again, led by our governor, bringing together state agencies, the Ohio Army, Air National Guard, the Ohio Department of Behavioral Health, Education Workforce, Higher Education, on down the list. And those folks are coming together with nonprofits to support military-connected youth through, again, service members, veterans, the family at large, the spouse, and the kids. And that is part and parcel of Purple Star and Team Ohio. And then Collegiate Purple Star, which the governor said, okay, what's our 2.0, 3.0? It's not just the families that are students at that higher level as far as community college, university, 4-year, what have you. It is the faculty and the staff. So are we thinking about them? And more than 50 colleges and universities, Scott, have joined this program in less than 3 years. And what also is pretty neat, we have street cred, Scott. And so with the pre-K-12, we have the states of Florida, Indiana, Louisiana, and more coming down the pike on Collegiate Purple Star. Why? Because they already followed our lead with pre-K-12 in supporting their military-connected students. So on we go. And again, OSBA has been there from the start. So we're appreciative, but just like Wilbur and Orville, something is in the water, Scott, and we're doing it here first, and we're getting it done for our youth.
Yeah. It's a great program. And Pete, thank you so much for everything that you do for Ohio's military-connected students and families. We're going to be sure to put all this information in the podcast show notes, so there'll be some links to the program, and you get that information. So thank you so much. Thank you so much again for coming on and telling your story.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott. Go Team OSBA. Go Buckeyes. It's November.
It is. Yes. Go Buckeyes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, however you consume this podcast. And be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Leading the Way.